Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Nightlife. This is episode 8, which we're getting close to the end here, guys. I'm really nervous now. Thank you guys so much for joining us this evening. Normally I jump right into the story, but again, this is another episode where I am going to do a content warning up top. This is Vampire the Masquerade, which is a storytelling game of personal horror. So there might be some moments here where some violence is described. If that's something that you think might be just a little bit too intense for you or that you might need to step away from, I do want to give you guys a warning for that up top. I have discussed lines and veils with my cast here, so they're good to go, but I want to make sure you as the audience know what you're getting into. Last week, there was a problem at Le Petit Chou, the Europop dance club owned by Patrick Fiasco Dudier, leader of Le Deuxième Décès. There were some body parts thrown into the middle of the club, causing a bit of a frenzy for the kindred there, which led to a spark of rage being used, which kind of sent everybody going crazy and through the roof. So a lot of punches were thrown, some bullets were fired, a couple of kicks were landed. There was an alligator fighting a bobcat. It's been an evening. However, Miss Reina de la Vega showed up. She might as well have been riding a white horse. She saved the day by throwing a hunk of raw meat out into the streets of Miami, sending our two most feral kindred out of the club and out of harm's way. When we last left this coterie, they'd received some messages from back at La Palabra saying that there was some information that they probably needed to see right away. Meanwhile, Sid, one of Fiasco's right-hand people, as it were, is currently trapped in a go-go cage, nursing her wounds. Aleja is now back with you guys, feeling a little bit guilty, but more looking perplexed as to what exactly happened out here in the club while she was back in the back room reading to the children that had been rescued. I miss anything, guys? All right, then that's where we're gonna pick it up. What would you all like to do?
Are we past the point where there was still alligators in the street and those hooded figures had left?
The hooded figures have already left. That's true. There was an attack. The body parts were placed intentionally by two figures, which Reina caught sight of, but then disappeared very quickly. They are long gone. The critters are still out in the street. From where you stand, you can hear sort of shrieks every once in a while. You hear the exclamations from far away that's like, is that an alligator? Mm. Oh, it's huge. Bob, take a picture. No one at home is going to believe this. And you kind of hear that sort of narrative as these wild animals make their way through the street outside.
Is there a back exit that we can just kind of nope out?
We could go back
while all this is going on.
Yeah, no. It's funny. Well, you say that. Percival actually you see him out of the corner of your eye push that piece of plywood aside. I reckon you all should be making an exit now. Yeah?
I would very much like to get out of here.
Come on, miss. Your wish is my command.
All right, but how are we getting out of here?
Well, it's not like you could smell much worse. You might as well come back down here.
How dare? And I push him out of the way and walk forward towards.
This is the hole that you guys came out of. He literally just poked his head out of the floor.
All right. I'm trying to hold on to whatever little pride I have left.
Roll me composure. Let's see how well you do this.
Oh no.
Maybe Percival's not
just
so bad.
Straight composure?
Just straight composure. That's all this is, because there's no pride roll.
Oh no. Oh no. I don't have a lot of that.
Nah, you're gonna kill it.
I got 0 successes.
Wonderful. Giselle,
Get
Raina,
your cameras ready.
yeah. Giselle, Raina, and Louvier, you see Carmina with her perfect, powerful posture. She just kind of like puts a hand on the side of Percival's face where his gills are and sort of like shoves him out of the way. And then you see her kind of just like look down at this hole and a quick glance over her shoulder before she shimmies down and makes her way down into the sewer. Raina, you haven't met Percival yet. So what you see in front of you is essentially the creature from the Black Lagoon. He has gills lining the sides of his face, sort of an oily black-green texture to his skin, and very bright yellow eyes.
So, hi, I'm Raina.
Oh, I know who you are, ma'am. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I see your billboards all the time.
Ah, thank you. So you want us to go down here?
Yes, ma'am, unless you prefer to leave through the front.
And you hear Carmina at you, her voice echoing in the distance. Percy lives down here.
Right. I get it, but we don't.
Oh, that's all
But
right,
this is
ma'am.
the
I
way
know
we
it like
can
the back
get
of my
home.
hand.
Is this how she became like
Mm-hmm.
okay, all right.
Can we go, please?
Yeah, calm down. Calm down.
She's a mite impatient tonight, I see.
Oh, tonight.
Evidently. So I have some crushed like insect still left in my necklace. So what I'd like to do is kind of chug that down real quick, which you can kind of hear me crunching onto like some legs or something. Great. And I'm gonna activate Cling of the Insect as I go down, and instead of like going into the muck of things, I'm just gonna crawl on the upside of the ceiling to like avoid some grossness.
Blimey, that's a neat trick. Can everyone do that when they eat bugs?
No.
Yes.
Well, now you all are just trying to confuse me. That's not very nice. Miss Giselle, can I help you down?
Thank you, Percival.
And he will kind of, almost as if he's asking you to dance, hold out his hand for you to take. And he sort of lowers you down to the walkway on the side of the waterway there.
And you can see Giselle almost struggling for a second, and then you just hear, "Thank you." Just starts walking.
Warms me heart, it does. You're most welcome, Miss Giselle. Mr. Louvier. And he does the same thing to you, Louvier.
That's why I think you're hilarious. Percy, where are you from, by the way?
Well, I'm from London. So
How did you
I'm
end
not
up here?
native to Miami.
How did you end up here by chance?
Oh, well, I was here in the States vacationing with my family, and a few wrong turns happened, and now, unfortunately, I call Miami my home.
Well, welcome home, Percival. No. Go down.
He'll lower you down into the sewer. You can see, so Percival up until now has been very jovial. But it's almost as if he hasn't been asked in a very long time the questions which you're posing to him, Louvier. No one's ever really asked him where he's from or why he's here. So there is a moment of sort of reservation, but he does lower you down and kind of sort of follows you and brushes off the awkwardness of that conversation as he moves between you to get to the front of the group there. Follow me, stay close now, and we'll make our way back to the entrance that you came in at, yeah?
Beautiful. Well, let's go, ladies. Shall we? And Percival.
Please.
And while he's kind of leading you back through these winding sewers, he sort of treats it almost like a tour. Like he points out different exits, different manholes, and different canals, and he's like, and that one, if you take it, go straight over to Biscayne Bay. It's really nice over there, I hear. This manhole will take you right outside of one of those fancy golf clubs. I don't much like it there, but I hear it's rather popular. And he kind of goes through this whole map, basically, to keep you all entertained as he heads back towards his section of the sewer and the entrance that you all came down through. Here we go. Y'all will end up right by the roller rink you came in at.
Roller rink?
Yes.
Yes, miss.
Yes.
Oh, we have a lot of catching up to do.
Oh, yes.
Miss Carmina, is this an appropriate time to ask you about that other record?
Mhm.
Slowly, with much disdain, Carmina pulls out that single from her bag. We didn't die. Thank you. Here you are.
Thank you very much, miss. I'll look forward to listening to it, and I'll work on getting that list of names for you about Miss Isadora. I don't know that I'll be able to find too much, but I'll see what I can dig up.
Thank you, Percy.
So welcome, miss. It's always a pleasure to be in your company, even now.
I very much need a shower and a rest.
You do look like you could use a shower.
You know what? Like, at this point, she just flings some sewer water over at everybody.
I'm up at the top, totally avoiding it.
Still gonna try to reach you.
Oh.
I just like brush her hair from the top, like just like mess her hair up. Don't try to splash me like that.
What was that? You cut out because you were so emphatic. Carmina.
I've had a long night. I've had a long night.
Obviously, and I'm trying to take care of you. Don't try to make it worse for me.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody just needs to stay calm. Just get out of this, get into fresh clothes, and we can reconvene.
You're right. You're right. And after I
Except for the part
exhale,
where Bastian needed us back urgently.
Well, the club and the hotel, they're in the same spot. We can take a moment.
Yeah, there is no rush to get back to Bastion.
I still, after I take a long exhale or composure, I will still try to splash everybody.
Everyone who isn't Carmina, roll me Dex and Athletics.
I think I'm terrible at those.
As am I.
Wonderful.
We have different definitions. of
Success.
wonderful.
1. The only die I get to roll.
Dex and athletics. Two successes.
2. So, all three of you kind of see, if this were a cartoon, Carmina would be reaching that point where the top of her head kind of explodes out and then steam shoots towards the sky. And you all kind of see this happening. So you're able to take a moment where you kind of just step back and brace yourself for this splash. However, Reina and Louviere, you have the opportunity to react before she splashes. So is there anything you'd like to do?
Am I close to the manhole?
Yes.
Being on top? Yeah, I'm just gonna pop the manhole and get out.
Okay. Luvi.
How dare
Great,
you.
wonderful. It was really sad the photographic evidence got deleted before. So Carmina, as you kind of go to like do this splash, you see that Louvier has his phone ready to go. Reyna is already escaping through the manhole, and Giselle has kind of like done this. So you splash them, but even though it might make you feel better, you don't get the sense that they're in quite the same amount of discomfort that you currently are.
It still felt good. It's fine.
Cathartic.
Yeah, a little bit.
Sounds like that.
As soon as we're able to get any sort of cell phone reception, I want to text one of my concierge people that we are going to be entering from my private discreet entrance, because I am not walking in through a lobby looking like this.
That's fair.
You're going to go ahead and send a message to Trevor. He kind of handles things when you aren't around. And he does send you an immediate response of that thumbs up emoji, and doesn't ask questions. It's one of the things that you like most about him. And as the four of you kind of make your way out of the sewer, you do find yourselves in that back alley that's connected to this cul-de-sac where there is music playing and there are people skating, and there are still families around. None of them seem to notice you as of this moment as you emerge onto the street. And as you start to make your way back to La Palabra, it's only a couple of blocks from here, so you figure you'll walk. Carmina, you do turn a few heads as you're walking through this crowd, not for the normal reasons. A few people kind of look at you, and then they look at Louvier because they can't figure out which one of you is producing the smell, but they're very confused as to how it's you. And not Louvier. Is he still wearing his beer hat, or has he given that up? Okay.
No,
cool.
he put that back on. He put it back on when we walked in.
Yeah. He has a very more sort of Florida style to his ensemble. So there are a couple confused faces as you all head back to La Palabra, but you do make it back with no issues. Is Carmina's private entrance around the back?
It is towards the back. There's a private elevator.
Wonderful. Louvier, Giselle, and Reyna, do you go with Carmina to her private entrance to the hotel, or are you going to La Palabra? What are you all doing? Reyna?
I'm following Carmina just to make sure that she's okay.
She's not.
I'm following Carmina because I want to see how this goes.
Perfect.
Do none of you
Lovely.
care about the club? None of you.
At this immediate instant, no.
Or Bastien, who seem to be in some sort of rush. Some sort of
You know what?
concern?
I'll go with you to go see Bastien if you talk the most, though.
I mean, I was there for quite some time doing some research, so they know that I was going to be away for a little bit.
He's going to be a little upset with me. I may have gotten distracted about a previous engagement.
Wonderful. Let's follow Carmina and Reyna first. Carmina, you know your hotel better than I do. Describe what this private elevator leads to and what we're seeing right now.
Private elevator has a scan. So for fingerprints, so I'll put my hand up and it'll open, taking me straight up to my penthouse suite at the very top. It's like one of the few places that has no camera. And it enters straight into the foyer of my suite. So it's absolutely uninterrupted.
Okay. Reyna, you've probably been up here before. You see all of this.
Mhm.
And this is one of the few times that you've actually seen Carmina kind of lose her composure. This is very unlike her. But it's good that you're there.
Do you want to explain, or do you just want to do some
Yeah.
meditation?
No, I'll explain. What happened was I was in a fucking sewer and I fell in the water.
Great.
And I would like to wash myself off and burn these clothes forever and ever.
Okay,
And
well, let's
spit
not
on the
burn
ashes of
that-
said clothes.
Let's not burn that in front of us. Let's put it in an incinerator or send it off to somebody.
Not me. I have people to do that.
Good. How did you fall?
Do you see my shoes? And they're like platform, and then like the heel is stiletto and this high. Like, how am I'm sorry, I didn't wear my sewer walking shoes.
Should always be prepared, Carmina.
For what? When in my life is this a daily occurrence? And where were you?
I was doing research.
Yeah, but I needed you.
I know, but I had to stay behind and be useful for things. I was not useful in that club.
I thought that was pretty useful, actually.
Thanks. I don't feel useful to the group, so I try to stay behind and help where I can.
I don't think anybody let Sid out. Now that I look back.
Ooh. Well,
But don't really care. I would like a little snack. I need to, this is what I need. I need to wash all of this off.
Mhm.
I need a change of clothing and I need a snack. Brock up. Do you want a snack?
I do. That would be wonderful.
Great. Let's do that because I don't even, I would like to not do that ever again.
I agree. So you go prepare yourself and I will go ring for the snack.
Great. And that's what I shall do as soon as we get there. And you hear, like, as soon as I get into my room, you hear like a slam of the doors and like several locks turning.
Accurate. I'm going to go ahead and communicate to the servers our tastes. They already know us, obviously. Yep. So
we've heard a little bit about Miss Carmina's tastes. Since it's not Trevor down there working the concierge desk, it's his stand-in, Bill, who isn't quite as pleasant on the line. Yes, Miss Raina, what can we get for you this evening? I'm sorry, I don't have your special instructions written down.
Sure. First off, it's Miss Della Vega. That's probably why you couldn't find it in the first place.
Sorry, ma'am. I just started last month. It's anyway. What can I get for you?
That's fine. Just
Miss Della Vega.
Della Vega. There you go. Perfect. Can you say it one more time? It's Della Vega.
Miss Della Vega.
Do you know who I am?
You're a guest of Miss Carmina's.
I see. Okay. So you've never heard of, the celebrity psychic?
Oh shit, those are real? Not like, no.
Interesting. Can you find me somebody who does know who I am?
I can.
Shouldn't be that hard. There's a billboard outside.
Okay. Give me a minute. And you hear the phone get put down, like not on hold. Like he takes the phone and just puts it down on whatever desk he's at and walks away. And about 30 seconds later, he picks back up and he says, "Oh, there were a few people outside who knew who you were."
Only a few?
Well, it's like 4 o'clock in the morning, ma'am. I'm not really sure where to find folks at this time of night.
Isn't that part of your job?
Trevor usually does this. He's somewhere else right now.
I'm sorry,
I usually wash dishes.
Your name is Phil? Phil.
Bill.
Okay, Phil, thank you. Find me 2 people who know who I am.
Okay. Are you sure?
Yes.
All right, I'll send them up then.
Thank you.
Anything else for
Oh
you?
my goodness, no. Not for
okay.
you. Thank you.
All right. And he hangs up. It takes a minute. What was that, Reina?
It's like, how do people not know me? I am Reina de la Vega.
Yeah.
Do I hear any of this?
Does she actually say that after she gets off the phone? I really hope so.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you absolutely hear it from the next room.
Carmina in a just a towel peeps. What is it? What?
Your hotel is full of people who don't know who I am.
No, that's not possible. Who was it? Who answered the phone?
Phil, Dill.
Dill. Bill.
Yes. Bill.
Bill was not able to help you.
No, and apparently he didn't know your taste either.
I think we need to bring Bill up to the room. What do you think?
Oh, I would love to see you have fun with him.
Call back. Ask for Bill to come up to the room personally.
Sure.
Great.
Sure.
And then, my head goes, I just go back, hear the door shut as I finish changing.
So I found Bill.
Front desk.
Yes, hi. This is Miss De La Vega again, and I'm here in Miss Carmina's suite, and she would like for you to come up as well.
Me?
Yes, you. You're so special. She wants to hear from you.
Make me a charisma and persuasion.
Sure.
In the background, my head peeps out. Bill, get your ass up here.
Well, that's not gonna help, but
can I swap with performance perchance instead of persuasion?
are you using your celebrity psychic voice?
Yes.
And like playing it up? Then absolutely do your worst.
More dice. Get these out of the way. Woo! Oh, honey. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes.
Wonderful. Oh, well, you know what? I've been working here for almost 2 months. I guess it's about time for promotion. Yeah, I'll be right up.
Yes, she's definitely going to give that promotion. Make sure you smell wonderful. Actually, just take a walk through the kitchen real quick. Throw a little bit of the grease on there. She really loves the smell of grease.
Okay,
Whose side are you on?
Seems odd. But, all right. I'll see you guys, and I'll be up in a minute, Miss De La Vega.
Perfect.
Excellent.
One more time. What was my name again?
Miss De La Vega.
Perfect. Thank you. Hang up the phone.
It takes a minute or two, but the door of the elevator slides open. And there are not one, but 2 individuals standing there. One of them you recognize immediately, Reina. It's Teresa, whom you gave a wonderful reading to. Looking at her, there is something very different about her, though. It looks as though she went and got a haircut after she talked to you. She took your advice. She's shaking things up. She's making some changes. Where her hair had been kind of mousy brown and sort of shapeless before, it is now bright orange and at a very severe bob. Like this was an accident, but I had to make it look intentional while I was cutting her hair kind of angle. and it's very obvious that there was some effort taken there, and she looks very excited about it. Her eyes are bright and she looks very excited to be where she is right now. The other individual is a slightly hunched over middle-aged man with thinning salt and pepper hair and just a light layer of stubble on his face. He kind of steps into the room slack-jawed, not necessarily in awe. You get the sense that his face is just always sort of like that. This must be Bill.
Ah, Phil.
Miss De La Vega. This young lady knew exactly who you were, so I didn't know if you still wanted to meet her or not.
I do. Teresa, is it?
Oh, yes, Miss De La Vega. I'm so excited to see you again. I just
the hair is very becoming of you.
Oh, thank you. I've been trying to take your advice and to take more risks and do more things, and this just called to me.
Ah, I see. It's I can see it now. You're going. Oh, I can see the orange hair. Oh, it looks so wonderful. Who got your hair? Their name starts with J. I'm getting a Jen.
Jessica?
Yes. Jessica.
You are so talented.
I know. It's nothing. But listen, you want to see something about taking risks? Why don't we go sit down over here and we're gonna watch your fellow compatriot Bill, take a risk right now, and we're gonna learn some very valuable lessons. Carmina!
You see at this exact moment, the bedroom door of Carmina's room just creaks open ever so gently. And out from the shadows steps Carmina in a very elegant Dolce & Gabbana, very flowy, lacy, like summery dress, but still kind of goth because it's Dolce & Gabbana. And she walks out, jewels on, very much has her composure. And standing straight, she just looks directly at Bill. And like without really saying a word, like knows to sit down, but then she looks over at our other guest. Who is this?
This is Teresa. She was somebody that I read her fortune before, knows me very well.
I didn't ask for Teresa.
I can leave if
you don't mind just hanging out outside the door just for a few moments. Carmina has some business to take care of.
Of course. I wouldn't want to interrupt anything. I know you two ladies are just super busy. It's far be it for me to complain. And she does kind of like half cover her eyes as she like scampers towards the elevator so that she doesn't see anything.
Oh, I don't know. Do you, Raina, do you want her to stay?
I mean, I wanted her to have a lesson on taking more risks. You're a good person to learn that from in terms of risk mitigation, maybe, but
risk taking.
Yeah.
I see. Why don't you have a seat?
Are you talking to Teresa?
Mm-hmm.
She kind of like, are you sure?
Bill? Yes.
Okay.
Bill, I didn't know this was also a friend of yours. What a small world it is.
Oh, I wouldn't exactly call her a friend. She's not really my type, but she was outside, so...
Oh, so you don't know who Reina de la Vega is, even though she is a celebrity psychic who has her very own suite as part of my hotel, who caters to our clientele, and you didn't know who she was. You didn't know how to best serve her needs, and you took it upon yourself to invite somebody that you did not even know into your boss's penthouse suite.
Well, I've always been taught that taking initiative is like really good for
Bill, I didn't know you were such a risk taker yourself. Why don't you both sit down? Because I feel like we need to have an employee evaluation. Sit.
You're gonna get that promotion. Just sit down.
He does kind of sit, but he doesn't break eye contact with you, Carmina. So he sort of like half sits on the arm of the chair before he actually finds the seat and gets himself settled. Meanwhile, Reina Teresa has made her way around the love seat that you're currently on, and she makes her way to the other side, and she's sitting on the very edge of her seat, just watching everything that's happening right now with intense joy on her face.
Wow. Where are my manners? And you see Carmina walks over to the bar cart, picks up a very ornate crystal decanter with 2 glasses, sets it in front of Teresa and Bill. I never like to discuss business without having a drink first, just to take the edge off. Please. And she pours one for each and like hands it to each person.
Is this entrapment? Am I gonna get fired for drinking on the job?
I am your boss. As long as you are following orders, then we shouldn't have a problem. To taking risks. And I hold a glass for myself that has not been, like, there's nothing poured in there, but I don't think they care at this moment. And I wait for them to take a drink.
Teresa picks up her glass with both hands and excitedly takes a sip to taking risks. Bill, again, not breaking eye contact with you, he will sort of gingerly pick up the cup, and you see him sniff the contents before he takes just the tiniest little sip.
Now then.
What is this?
That is a $500 pour of something you're never going to have again.
Do you have any paps or anything?
Set that glass down, please.
Yes, ma'am.
I find it in very poor taste how you've treated my best friend here with such disrespect.
I apologize, ladies. I didn't know who to expect. You know, usually Trevor runs the desk and he's always so happy to oblige.
You see, everyone that works for me in this hotel is a reflection of me. And I can't have somebody behaving in such a way to my privileged guests, can I?
Just tell me what you need me to do. I can't lose this job. I really can't.
Oh, Reina, maybe you should read his future.
Oh, I would love to. I do have some questions real quick before I look into the future for you.
Is this for real?
Oh, yeah, it's absolutely. And this is absolutely going to solidify your future if you can answer this one very tiny question. Very tiny. Are you ready?
I guess so.
Would you ever patch in a phone call from a Peter to Carmina?
Well, if he's asking for her, then I kind of have to, right? Like, that's the rule.
Oh.
I can see it now. It's very dark. You will probably lose your job at some point, and you would feel very sharp pain about it.
That that can't be my future. Come on, this is just my first strike. You gotta let me do better. You gotta let me try again. I'm sorry, Miss Carmina, Miss De La Vega. I'm super sorry that I didn't know who you were, and I won't forget again. And I'll be the best employee you've ever had.
I don't know, Raina. That's kind of like 2 strikes now. It's not just the first one, because this first strike was you.
Yeah, and you know what's scary, Bill, is I can tell when people are lying.
Yeah.
You can.
It's very good.
I should go. No one's at the front desk.
Stay. And I'm behind him at this point. When he says I should go, I palm at the top of his head, grab his hair, put his neck back, and I'll take a bite into him.
Okay.
I, with a quickness, will grab Teresa and turn her around into some sort of whirlwind salsa dance so she doesn't actually like see that situation fully yet.
Okay. All right. Make me a dexterity and let's say performance. I feel like it's viable here. A dexterity and performance roll. Carmina, you go ahead and sink your teeth in.
Can I say, for clarification?
Yes, dear.
He's definitely not my taste. So when I do, I spit it out on the floor.
As your fangs, thank you, Raina, as your fangs puncture Bill's neck, normally with your preferred snacks, it's a sweet taste. It's a very floral thickness to their blood, like a really good wine. With Bill, it tastes more like a gas station snack. There's something just putrid right underneath the surface. And even if you did want to feed on him, you couldn't. It's just repulsive. And with a quick this small spray of blood falls across Bill's lap and the arm of the chair that he's sitting in right now. Raina, you're able to kind of twirl Teresa out of her seat, and she doesn't fight you at all because you're her best friend. And you can tell she is enjoying this moment as she sort of twirls in this beautiful penthouse suite with her idol in front of her. Bill, at first, you see him grip the arms of the chair when you bite him, Carmina. And it's surprise at first. And then his fingers relax and it becomes that very pleasurable, warm, tingly sensation that mortals get when they're fed upon. But that immediately turns to this burbling, twitchy, frantic sort of movement to get up when you rip out a chunk of his throat and spit it onto the floor. He is currently bleeding profusely from the wound as he sort of clutches at his neck.
I kind of let him go, take out my phone and text my cleanup crew.
How much is a lot of blood, by the way?
I mean, we're looking at like an 8-ounce glass full at this point.
Okay, so not to cause a frenzy, if you will, for me, perchance.
No.
Okay.
Because even you can smell what is being unleashed. You get a whiff of that sort of like stale Frito smell that just comes off of Bill's body.
Well, sorry to cut you off, Nora. Just
no,
curious.
It's fine.
You've texted your cleanup crew.
And I'll say, fix my couch. And if you can't, replace it.
Let's use that opportunity to jump back downstairs. Giselle and Louvier, you two were left out front of La Palabra while Reina and Carmina went off to take care of their little sewer issue. What do you do?
We have to talk
Well, I
to
suppose we have to
Bastion.
go inside.
We have to talk to Bastion.
That's
Maybe-
of your own making.
Yes, but we ended up going to do something else. So I don't, what do I
You
say?
can claw your way out of this. This is not my fault.
No, it is not your fault. It is not your problem. I acknowledge that. But you're basically stuck with me. And a happier Louvier means a less obnoxious Louvier.
Let's see what he has to say.
All right, that's fair. If push comes to shove, I'll say I had to go get Miss Carmina out of the sewer, which is not a lie.
True.
Giselle, as you kind of push open the front door to La Palabra, it looks the same as it did when you left, except now behind the bar, as per usual, Bastien stands there with an unreadable expression on his face that's a mixture of sort of vigor and annoyance. You can see that there are lights on back in the offices, presumably where Trevor is still doing research. Well, I see you made it back.
What did you want? Something was so urgent. What did you want?
Well, wonderful to see you too, Miss Giselle. That tall boy came back asking about Carmina.
Oh, Peter.
I don't remember his name.
Was he carrying bottles of rum?
Oh, he did say he was coming to
Not
see it.
this time. However, based on Miss Carmina's tone when she answered the phone, I told him he should probably think again and come back.
Oh, yeah, she hates him.
He was wearing a really bad outfit, and I just couldn't watch that go down. So
That's Peter. Yeah, it's my boy.
boy, you're doing an
Definitely
awful lot of
Peter.
talking now, Louvier. It's funny, you could have talked a bit on the phone to tell me you weren't going to make our date or something.
Yeah. Would you like to hear my experience as to why I wasn't here for our date, or are you gonna
I
make
certainly
snarky?
would.
Are you gonna make snarky remarks and assume that I meant the worst?
I'm gonna assume you meant the worst. The only thing more disappointing by being stood up by you would be actually going on the date with you.
That's fair. That's fair. You know what? Do you look at the news at all, Bastion?
I don't concern myself with trivial things, no.
That makes sense why you didn't know about the god's forsaken alligator and bobcat in the goddamn streets of Miami that made it very hard to get back here for our date. And before you think, he's so ridiculous, please, Bastion, go ahead and search that right now. Tell me what comes up. Please, humor me just one last time so you can humiliate me for being wrong.
He'll take out his phone.
Does it read I forgot, Bastien?
Well, there are 7 alligator sightings in metropolitan Miami within the last 6 hours, so I can't really say that's a great excuse.
Oh, no, you're right. It is not a great excuse.
We're getting
but also-
sidetracked.
Fine. Say your piece, Giselle.
Bastien's the one who has information.
Oh,
There was
I
something
don't.
urgent and pressing.
That Trevor boy was
Oh,
very excitable about something about an hour ago. he kept talking to me, and it's just words coming out of a pretty face.
Well, I'll let you two talk then, and I head straight to Trevor.
So the alligator excuse won't work, just so you know. You're going to need to come up with something better.
Look, I had to be in a sewer with goddamn Giselle and Carmina, and it was not a great experience. Believe me. Do you think I wanted to be in a sewer with potentially 2 other women who would throw me to the wolves for entertainment?
I mean, that sounds like a regular Saturday night.
I show the picture of Carmina splashing sewer water. This is not a happy Saturday night for me, Bastian.
I will forgive you if you send me that.
I'll send it to you after the date.
Deal.
Okay.
And he holds out his hand.
Shake his hand.
He takes yours and he plants a light kiss on your knuckles. And let's go.
Someone kill that nasty, beautiful man. Where are we going?
Well, we're not going anywhere until you've had a shower. You smell like the sewer.
You smell like a sewer. I'm gonna go see Giselle.
Giselle, as you kind of round the corner and see into the main office at La Palabra in the back there, you see what was not even a few hours ago a perfectly clean room is now covered in papers. There are a couple that have been sort of tacked to the wall. There's a checklist out that kind of has the points that you all had been looking into, and some of them are crossed off. There are several neat stacks of paper that look like bank records. There are, there are older documents that kind of look like they've been pulled from some kind of online database. There's a lot of information there and no discernible organization to it. And face down with his head sort of resting on the crook of his arm on the table is Trevor. He is soundly asleep with a small trail of drool just kind of leaking down onto his arm. He was clearly very exhausted having done all of this. You do see Giselle stepping into the office that Jonathan's business card has been pulled out of the drawer that you placed it in, and it is sitting squarely in front of the computer right now. You're muted, my dear.
Yes?
There we go.
Okay. I would like to do one lap of the office, kind of looking at all of the documents on the walls, see if I can pick out any themes, important dates, images, anything like that before I go. And I'm actually going to be relatively gentle waking up Trevor rather. Just sort of shaking his shoulder.
Oh, Miss Giselle, I'm so sorry.
So you told Bastien you found something.
Yes. Yes, it was right here, and you see him kind of start shuffling through the stack of papers that's immediately in front of him. This is about the time that you, Louvier, would walk back into the office. It was just here somewhere. I'm close. She was searching for something. Isadora was searching for something, and I managed to get into her cloud storage, and that woman needs to get better at password protection, but I think I've got some good information for you all.
What was she searching for?
Oh, well, I need to do a bit more research to verify, but it looks like some historical landmarks. Um, I just need a few more hours and I'll have it all sorted out for you.
Do you have anything important you can give me right now?
Well, I have the information on Le Deuxième d'Essai that you asked for. It's all pretty run-of-the-mill stuff, but if that can tide you over until this evening, I'll have a much clearer view of Mrs. Zadora by then for sure.
Tell me.
Well, Le Deuxième d'Essai is new. They haven't really had their territory that long, and Fiasco hasn't been around that long either, it seems. He apparently killed someone called the Rat King who used to run that territory, and the Rat King was not a good guy. He did a lot of bad things. And at this, Trevor kind of hangs his head a little bit, and he slides a small pile of newspaper clippings over to you. And the newspaper clippings have horrifying headlines about gang violence that occurred and murders that took place. And
did anyone
story...
escape any of those? Are there any names of people who escaped those events?
The news articles aren't quite that in depth. It's a lot of like gang violence with collateral damage stuff. So people getting hit by cars, buildings getting destroyed, that kind of thing. But if you flip through the articles, the last couple are actually going to be about Fiasco and about how he was welcomed into the community and opened this club, and everyone appreciates and supports him now. Trevor's going to point to those when you get to them, and they very much like him in his territory. It seems like he's done a lot for that area in terms of bringing it up and making it safer. The gang doesn't do anything. They sell drugs, but other than that, they actually seem to be pretty good people. And apparently the cocaine that they sell is top notch.
I wouldn't know.
Comes straight from Colombia.
Have you partaken in it?
No, but there was a very strange Yelp review that I was able to uncover that I think I deciphered it the right way.
A Yelp review of their cocaine?
Well, it got taken down, but I can find anything if you give me enough time.
Fair.
You two, pardon my saying so, but you look kind of exhausted.
Yes.
Why don't you get some rest? I can finish this up and have something for you, something helpful.
Who was the Rat King affiliated with?
I don't know.
Find out.
Yes, ma'am. He'll turn back to. Go ahead.
I don't love leaving you alone here.
No, I'm quite all right. Bastien's been keeping me company every once in a while. He's a great conversationalist.
We can take shifts.
All right. He'll start shuffling through papers, and after about 20 seconds of sort of uneasy silence, have you seen any good movies lately, or?
I'm gonna go to sleep.
And at that point, we'll jump back upstairs to where Raina is twirling Miss Teresa around as if nothing is wrong, and Carmina has just ripped out a man's throat. You are muted, my love.
Can I make a quick assumption here? When the flesh was getting ripped out, I'm assuming that Carmina probably has like some sort of Amazon Echo or something like that. And very quickly, knowing what she was going to do, probably called the command. I won't say it so all the ones in my house don't go off crazy. Say the command and try to turn on some music as I'm twirling her so that we don't hear the flesh ripping out of this guy.
Like an American Psycho when they start playing. Yeah.
Yeah, just a little
Very
bit.
much so. Play Sususudia.
Roll me wits and technology, Cynthia.
That's cute. Okay.
That's cute. Carmina, what would you like to do? You've contacted your cleanup crew. They know what to do.
I very much just leave him on the couch. And there is a very plush and comfy single high-backed chair that I like to sit in. And I'm just watching Raina dance with Teresa. Very much just like your move on this chessboard.
Raina. Carmina looks like the villain in a Bond movie right now with this elegant dress in this high back chair, and she's just kind of got her fingers steepled and she's watching you. You do manage to call to Alexa, and Alexa does respond and start playing just a light samba beat that you're able to kind of entice.
I was really hoping for Susu Studio, but
No, if that's what you want, then that's what happens.
I was here for this 80s vibe, so
perfect.
Is that what Carmina would have been playing like in private? Because it usually goes to the last like station you were listening to.
Don't judge me.
A lady never tells.
Do you want an axe and a poncho? It's fine. It's probably here.
So I whisper to Teresa to close her eyes and like get into the mood so she doesn't feel so afraid to be dancing with me, and also so that she doesn't see the mess that's going on back there.
Smooth.
And I'm gonna go ahead and kind of like tell her very gently, would you like me to read your future real quick? You remember what that requires, correct?
Oh yes, I would love nothing more, Miss De La Vega. I would
make
love
the lights. I make the lights dim at this moment.
This is turning very romantic.
I don't know how romantic it can be with Bill bleeding out less than 10 feet from you, but you do you.
Yeah, her eyes are closed. She has no idea.
It's a vibe.
So I'm gonna move her orange hair as a little bit off her shoulder. I know it's short, but like just whatever. And I'm gonna go ahead and take a nice little bite.
And it's strange. There's half a moment where it almost feels like she's falling out of step with the music and like actually falling from this sort of wave of pleasure that rolls through her body. But then she does catch herself, and the movements that she starts making then as you begin to feed are more fluid. And you know what it's like to be a dancer. It's very much more in the moment and more full of feeling. Okay. And there's a sweetness to Teresa that sort of, it speaks to her innocence and the way that she sort of buys into this persona that you put out there for her. Do you actually read her future?
Yeah, why not? I'll be nice. Yes.
Does
it come in one foot over the other?
Does it come in like flashes, or is it just hints?
I can use premonition, so it's really your discretion how you would like to showcase it.
Okay. We'll say it kind of comes on like a daydream almost. And it is very much that sort of vibe. There's a haziness to everything that you're seeing, but it is Teresa. The one notable feature that stands out in this daydream sort of like vision that you're having is her hair, which is the new hair, and it's perfectly coiffed. Everything else is kind of a little bit fuzzy, a little bit blurred. She's in La Palabra, and she's dancing, she's enjoying herself, but it's almost as if time is passing at a rapid pace around her. The people on the dance floor are moving very quickly, and yet she's staying still. And she begins to stoop and slow. And eventually she's the only one on the dance floor, alone in La Palabra. And that's what you see.
Oh, interesting.
What's that, Miss De La Vega?
I don't know about you, but I'm the type who very much, you have your eyes closed still, right?
Yes.
Good. I'm the type who very much enjoys a solo act of kinds. And I know that you've been looking for love, but I think right now you are going to have a solo act of your own.
Oh, well, that's good, right? That's
absolutely
independent.
Exactly. You're owning it. You're owning your truth. You are being the woman that you need to be. You don't need no man to be showing you around. You are truly a queen.
I am a queen.
Exactly.
Thank you, Miss De La Vega.
So just a few more minutes of blindness, and I'm gonna actually lead her like to the elevator. We'll wait for the elevator, and then you will have your moment to walk into your kingdom like you own it. I'm gonna like hit the button and make sure the door's open and like push her through.
As she's walking her to the elevator, I slowly get up and just so I can glide over slowly. And as she pushes her in, I'm gonna cloud memory. And as those doors close.
As the doors are just about to close, you hear from inside, goodness gracious, what am I doing here? And then the doors close and the elevator starts to go down.
I just put my arm around Raina. I just thought, I thought she was going to be number 2 on my text list for the crew, but I guess they're only going to be cleaning up for 1.
Yeah, she's kind of a keeper. She knows who I am, so it's a lot easier to keep her around.
Right. Thought you were thought you were playing with your food there for a second.
Oh, you know me. I don't like to play too much. So I had a bad day. Yeah. Did you want to I won't say anything. You can go to town with that one.
No, he's done. They're gonna mop him up now.
Okay.
And I will text I'll text Lou here and Giselle and just be like, ? What's happening ?
So I don't know for you, but I know sometimes I hear the voice in my head. It's that, the beast inside where it just wants to jump out. So I didn't know if that was the thing that you needed to do right now. I'm here to support wherever I can.
For him, I was just kind of mad. How did he even get up here? And to bring somebody, that's just a security breach. So
I know, but we've talked about our anger management issues, and taking it out on your food might also be a good thing. You were frustrated about the sewers.
Yeah.
And the picture.
Yep.
And the date with Peter.
Which is not happening.
think you get a
Oh.
text back from the number that you had in your phone at Giselle's, and it's just like who's this? Because Giselle doesn't have a phone.
At this point, I just like completely lost it. Like I'm just done. Like fine, fine. You know what? I don't know if I should go back downstairs. Don't even know if I'm ready for it tonight.
Okay, we can take our time. We can
You want to just do
Party.
like a slumber party like we used to have?
we could totally do a mani patty. I mean, I need to get them done. So although we
Yeah.
should find out what is actually happening downstairs, and after we will have a slumber party.
I'm trying.
I text back
Giselle
and say that-
apparently doesn't.
I'll just text back and say, Trevor has some information, is going to do some research, more answers in the morning,
Oh,
Evening.
and I'll just
evening.
thank you in all caps.
Also,
I'll
I'd
see
like
you
to make
then.
a trade. You're going to text this as also, I'd like to make a trade.
Oh, what do you mean?
I need to do something about Bastien's memory.
Do I see
Do
your text
you?
messages?
Oh, at this point, I'm like, I don't know what the hell Luby's doing right now. But and I absolutely am holding the phone out so that Raina can see.
Oh, we need to leverage this.
I'll just say I'm listening. ...
I would like them to think the date already happened, but I need to get rid of their memory to do that.
I see.
Write a contract. I'm like,
I know, but like, what do I want? What should I get? do we-
get the pictures back.
You're right. Oh,
um,
you're right.
That you get to smash his phone and replace it with something else. And that he has to go on a date with Peter. And then you should change the memory.
Yes.
Can you change Peter's memory to fall in love with Louvier instead of you?
I don't know if I can make him fall in love, but I can maybe make him forget who I am. But that's gonna take a lot of work. I don't even know if I could do that, but I could try. However,
Question mark.
in the meantime, I will respond back. I'm like, all pictures of me deleted. I need Peter's phone, and then we'll talk. Send.
I already planned to delete the pictures, but you don't do anything unless someone makes you a deal in the first place.
Actually, that's not true. Let me say that to her.
That's not true for you.
I mean, I'll take care of Peter. Right, Raina? I feel like I'll take care of that.
Can I be honest?
What?
You lose your cool a little too much. I don't think you're going to be able to take care of it.
Never. I never lose my cool. Like, I don't even know. Like, that's not even a thing.
Turn her towards the nearest mirror.
Like,
Alexa chimes in. Would you like me to play deep breathing exercises?
What?
no. Nobody's talking to you. Nobody asked you. I'm sorry, what?
I'm sorry, I
No,
didn't
like-
understand that.
You're gonna understand my fist. Sorry, what?
I just woo saw. Remember? Woo saw. Like,
Woo saw. What is that? Is that like?
just to calm you
Is
down.
that
we
San?
can-
Is that Sanskrit? I don't understand. Like, what is
Yes,
woo
it's
saw?
that. Just it's something that I've read. That I was
Is it
trying
like
to get you to
Om?
calm down. Yeah, that. Just like that. I can't give you breathing exercises because we don't do that.
Yeah, no, it's not gonna work because I can't like the end. No, it doesn't. Like
But
I
if-
could do
if-
I could do the motions
You
of
do the motions,
pretending like
yeah.
I'm going to, but like, you know, it's just like my heart. Like I just want to care sometimes, but I just can't.
I'm going to bed.
I could care about you, but like other people, like I could just can't. I don't.
You remind me of a cartoon I used to watch, The Grinch.
What?
Tiny Heart.
Listen, we don't need to like dig deep here, okay?
Are you sure? That's kind of my thing.
Yes. No.
Okay.
No. Like you and me don't need to do that.
I'm gonna text Peter and I'm gonna say, OMG, you won't believe what just happened. Do I get a text back?
Well, you won't, because it's like 4 a.m.
Cool. I'm gonna send another text that says Carmina asked me out on a date, and I'm just gonna go to sleep. Oh, now I watch the world burn. It's gonna be a beautiful blaze.
Okay, my beautiful, we should go downstairs, check in with everybody, and then let's have this slumber party because it's getting really late, and I don't know about you, but I don't like sunrises.
I don't, and I really just want to make, if we do, can we just make it quick? Like, I'm just so done.
Okay, just gotta show your face.
Carmina, you at this point, you get a text message from Trevor. And it says, putting the finishing touches on the research you asked for. Bill was manning the front desk for a while, but it appears like he's gone now. I'll send up a snack in a few minutes.
I'm gonna send back. Bill was a nightmare. And then I'll put Bill was fired in quotation marks. That's your ass. We'll talk about it later. What, like, and then RE info, send it ASAP.
You'll get one of those moments where you'll get the 3 dots, you'll get the 3 dots, you'll get the 3 dots, and then nothing. And then you'll get the 3 dots, and you'll get the 3 dots, and the 3 dots, and then nothing. And finally, you receive a response that says just yes, ma'am. But almost immediately, within 5 minutes, you hear the ding and the elevator does open again. And the same handsome businessman from a few nights prior does sort of step into your apartment, your penthouse.
Well, Raina, I guess we are a little sidetracked for the moment. Make yourself comfortable. As I point to actually, now that I do that, I realize there is a very bloody dead person on my couch where he is at.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to activate awe and I'm going to say bedroom.
Yeah, he's not paying attention to the couch at all. And he sort of, he goes to walk past you towards the bedroom. And in true sub fashion, he averts his eyes when he gets close to you and looks down at the floor while he loosens his tie and steps into your bedroom.
All right, well, that should buy some time. I say to Raina.
Potentially.
Okay, so do we just want to wait to find out other information? Because I now have this thing.
So let's text the crew. Something came up, and we should probably take care of that since your cleaners haven't come yet.
They haven't, but he's in the bedroom, so if we want to just, and then they could take care of that.
Okay, yes, this is just like the old days.
Slumber party.
Yes. Okay, let's do it.
And as the two of you go about your slumber party redux and think about the good old days, you don't hear the cleaning crew ever when they come. However, you do feed, and you are able to rest as the sun starts to crest above the skyline. Giselle, I know that you were still awake. Was there anything that you wanted to do before you too took your rest for the day?
I think there's a kind of an employees only area in La Palabra that has a shower, and I have a change of clothes.
Yeah.
I do want to go take a quick change. I'm also going to just like to here. I want to just write a note, and it's just written to A, the letter, and it just says, "Thinking of you. Hope you're well." And then I'm gonna throw that in the mail to an address I have. With no return address.
Okay.
One of your secret ideologies.
Giselle's full of mystery. It's sort of her jam. You're able to do so, and you are able to get kind of cleaned up and refreshed. And you too are able to lay down and take your waking hours, your sleeping hours rather, with no issues. You do every once in a while, hear Trevor shuffling around in the office next door. Very clearly he's still at work. But the following evening, the four of you awake. Everyone make me a rouse check for the evening.
This doesn't always go well for me.
Girl, you hungry?
I do not get hungrier.
Well, you've had a night.
I have.
You deserve this.
Particularly hungry before, but now I could use a snack.
Good, actually.
Giselle and Louvier, you two awake first, because again, Trevor has been at work all day. And as the sun begins to fall, you do kind of again hear him shuffling around. And now that he's tired, he's sort of stumbling and running into furniture and maybe not being quite as quiet. So,
Is there coffee behind the bar?
no.
No one gets Irish coffees there or anything?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
The people here just don't stop drinking. It's just.
Well, that doesn't help us much. And nothing like a Red Bull? around?
You know what? Make me an intelligence and investigation check. Louvier, what would you like to do?
Just a quick scan. Like, does it seem like a normal morning, basically? Evening.
It's normal. The only difference is that Aleja is not here. You all encouraged her to go and speak to Isadora and get some rest after the events at the nightclub.
There's no like sense or feeling of unrest after doing so.
No.
Not in the club. Okay, I'll take it. No
It's
news is good
still
news.
kind of different in there only because the the big crack in the drywall from the fight hasn't been fixed yet. There's still some like debris on the floor, but other than that, it's La Palabra. It's the same as it always is.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go find a drink.
Carmina and Reina. Let's hold on. Let's resolve Giselle really quick. Giselle, you know that every once in a while, there would be some kind of energy drink stashed in Aleja's desk. Since she is the only mortal at La Palabra, there's no reason to keep them anywhere else.
I'll go give it a look and see if there is anything in her desk. I'll also just be curious if there's anything of note in her desk.
Okay.
As well.
We'll come back to
she
that.
does tend to have plenty of time with Isadora.
We'll come back to that in just a second. Reina and Carmina, you two arise the next evening. You didn't allow your handsome gentleman friend to stay after doing what you will. But he was so jazzed about the encounter that he didn't notice any of the blood or any of the remains on his way out. And even if he had, discretion is of the highest importance here. The cleanup crew
cloud memory on the elevator door.
Don't let him enjoy the good time he just had. It's fine. The cleaning crew did come, and they did in fact replace your whole couch. There's nothing that would lead a passerby to believe that, anyone had died here within the past 24 hours. Now, Alexa is still asking for instructions every couple of minutes. I'm sorry, I didn't understand that. However, you're able to silence her fairly simply when you get up. What do the two of you do?
Is Trevor working the desk again?
He should. Do you need something?
Yeah, I'm very parched right now.
We just still okay. Okay.
I'm a growing girl.
Well, all right. No, I'm not judging you. Fine. And I'll motion. There's a specific, similar to any hotel. There's on each nightstand a phone. I mean, if Trevor's there, just tell him what you want.
Go pick up the phone and call Trevor.
No one answers.
Well, that's odd.
I mean, maybe we'll run into somebody. But okay. I'm very upset that Trevor's not picking up the phone, because after what happened last night with Bill.
Do you think it might have to do with the last text message you sent him about his ass being grass?
What was I supposed to do?
I mean, I understand you're his boss, but there's could have been a little more tactful with it.
Bill brought somebody who is a stranger to me through a private elevator to my house. Not a house, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
My residence. He's lucky. Trevor is lucky that he is good at his job. I mean, up until this point, because what else was I supposed to do? I'm not going to sit there and just let any person just come up. You understand the position that I'm in. I don't like being in this position.
I know. I just was wondering if maybe it was a text message, but it's probably not. It could be something else.
I hope he's okay.
Me too. Maybe he's just doing more research.
Maybe he is. And let's hope the reason why he's not answering you right now is because there are pressing matters.
Yes. And you know what? We should probably go down there. Trevor's probably there. Trevor knows me.
Yes.
We can fix this, and we can fix this fast. Okay.
This is what happens when I have to leave my hotel and I have to go chasing alligator people through sewers. My house needs to be in order. That's what I'm saying.
I understand.
Let's
It's mostly
go.
in order.
Not to my liking,
We'll
but
fix it.
let's go.
Okay.
Let's go see what information there is.
I hit the button to the elevator very like slowly to make sure she doesn't like say anything else.
I liked that couch, by the way.
We can get another one.
Louvier, did you say you were going to find a drink?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You do manage to put together something delicious with like a little drink umbrella, even though it's probably not necessary or a fruity drink, but it's good. Good
Yeah.
stuff.
He's
And
very
as you're kind of
good.
stepping away from the bar, Reina and Carmina come walking through the adjoining office between La Palabra and the Magnus Hotel. Carmina already looks annoyed today.
What's
So
new?
it's a day that ends in Y.
Good morning, Carmina. How are you doing today? It's not a loaded question. I was actually asking.
I'm fine. Fine and dandy. Everything's great. Everything's wonderful.
That feels like a lie. Why are we lying so early? Okay.
Because I'm trying to not lose my shit this early
Oh,
in the evening.
that's fair.
Reina has me doing mindfulness exercises so that I do not murder every single person I see in my path.
Oh.
And what's put
We'll
you in
see if it
such
works.
a fantastic mood?
I am sunshine and rainbows. Thank you very much.
She's not.
Can
If
we
if I
not talk
could.
about Carmina's mood? It's
I'd actually say you're more like moonlight and shadows. Feels more.
I'm fine.
I'm sorry, everyone. I think I've done it. I think I've got it all organized now.
Well,
Would you like to come see?
yes.
sure.
Miss Carmina, are you okay?
I'm splendid. Is this a PowerPoint? What's happening?
Come this way. And he'll lead you back into Aleja's office. Giselle, the search of Aleja's desk didn't yield a whole lot. You found some like double mint gum. You did find an energy drink. And then just the
Trevor.
regular, what was that?
That was for Trevor.
Okay. You kind of leave it on the table for him as you step out to talk to the others. There were the basic books for the club, but nothing of any interest in there.
Okay.
And as you all step back into the office again, you can see on the wall is a big family tree almost. And there are several documents surrounding it, including more newspaper clippings. The one of Isadora standing in front of the funeral home is tacked up there. And Trevor's going to turn you all and just say, so I found out a good deal of information about Miss Isadora through Miss Reina de la Vega's agent was able to get me some things, and I just generally did some digging. She's been doing some genealogy research lately, which helped a lot, actually. Anyway, here's what I found. And he'll kind of walk you through these different pieces of information. And there's a lot there. Trevor is nothing if not thorough. So he goes through several different names that Isadora had since she's been embraced. However, he did find that her name during her life was Dolores Rodriguez. She died in December of 1986 here in Miami. And shortly after Isadora made her way onto the scene. The Harbinger of Death was something, it was her first adopted persona back when she was trying to run, successful funeral home business, and that kind of failed. And looking at her history, you all can see she sort of floundered until she entered the MRR law firm. And at that point, she steadily entered a successful career trajectory. And she's been working there for almost a decade now. Her role with MRR is different. Rather than just doing property management like she does for La Palabra, she's recently, in the past year or so, become very interested in acquiring new historical properties. And looking at the histories of those properties, it looks like she tried to demolish every last one of them. Like, it was very strange. She looked at properties everywhere, from the University of Miami to Coral Gables to over by Biscayne Bay. It was really kind of almost random where these buildings were, but they were all older. That was the one unifying factor. And they were all proposed for destruction, to be replaced by condos or a mini mall or something like that. All of those particular requests were written by Isadora, and Trevor does produce several of those documents with her signature at the bottom. Each one, go ahead.
Giselle's already put something together here, I think. We heard a rumor that there was that Maceo's body was in La Palabra, right?
What was that name?
Maceo? The last name was... One moment as Jen searches her notes. Romero. Maceo Romero.
Maceo Rodriguez Romero.
That would make sense.
That's the law firm. That's why it exists. He was some bigwig in the area and owned a lot of property back around, the turn of the century. And he hasn't been on the scene in a little while, but he owned quite a bit. And that's where the law firm got its start.
Question, storyteller. Any of these buildings, first off, the names are present of the buildings.
Mm-hmm.
I have a lot of background in occult, specifically Santeria. Is there anything occult related that I would recognize from any of these buildings, particularly from like history?
You know that Biscayne Bay was known as sort of a breeding ground for nefarious activity, both occult as well as just plain old illegal. So it has historical significance in that respect, but it's not a supernatural gathering ground or anything like that. And the other buildings are literally just buildings. There's nothing about them that really screams of ritualism.
Okay.
The other thing that Trevor kind of draws your attention to is this big family tree. And it's one of those really just, it's a work of art. It's beautifully penned and inked. It has portraits drawn all the way down. And you can see that, obviously there are lots and lots of descendants. At the apex of this family tree.
I elbow Luvi and I say, take pictures of this.
Not the picture.
Well, you can keep all of this when I'm done with it, if you'd like.
Take pictures.
Okay. At the apex of the tree is a portrait of a handsome but sort of devious looking man. Under which the initials MRR appear, along with the dates 1495 to 1520. From him, of course, lots and lots of descendants make their appearance. You note that a lot of the men on this family tree seem to have lived for relatively short periods of time. Several rungs up from the very bottom of this tree appears the name Lucian Benedict, which has some significance to you, Miss Carmina. And as Trevor continues to sort of flip through these documents, it's interesting that Isadora was looking into genealogy. This was perhaps a year ago. She's actually related to, and he points to a woman on the family tree. This woman right here. She's always been quoted as saying that her family came over with the conquistadors, but everyone, of course, doubted that had any validity to it, and she was looking for proof.
I'm still kind of like a little bit taken aback by seeing Lucian's name there, and when I do see that, I kind of elbow Raina because she would know.
Is that the same?
Yes.
Ooh.
Care to share?
Somebody I happen to know.
Oh, I'm very sorry about that. He's not very nice. In fact, no one on this tree is very nice. The men have a habit of dying young, and if you look at the genealogy back just a couple of generations, it looks like Isadora's own brother died before the age of 30.
Are there women on this tree?
Yes.
How are the women faring?
Well, they all seem to lead relatively normal lives as far as longevity is concerned. And you can corroborate that by looking at the dates and flipping through some of the more recent documentation that Trevor has pulled.
I'm sorry, and what was the thing before that you said prior to showing me that? And because Carmina is very much taken aback by seeing Lucian's name, you mentioned something.
I mentioned a lot of things. The leader of this family, right up here. This was what she was looking for.
Is there a cause of death for the men?
I haven't found a whole lot of that. I do have the death certificate for Cordaro, Miss Isadora's brother, but that's the only one I could really find. He was exsanguinated.
Do we have any wills and last will and testament sort of situations with these people?
Well, everything I've found leads me to believe that the law firm pretty much owns everything. Most of the properties are still in this Maceo fellow's name.
I see.
Is there a family crest? Is there like basically a memento mori with any sort of family symbol in the portraits?
If you look at the family tree, you do see, again, equally beautifully inked down at the bottom, almost in the corner, is a little emblem of a fountain surrounded by roses.
Does that mean anything to?
Not really. At that moment, you all hear a frantic knocking on the front door. And Peter's voice comes ringing through the building. Carmina, Louvier, are you in there? We got to talk.
Did you invite him here?
No, I did not.
And you all do hear the front door open and several steps being taken.
Oh, okay. I am gonna go handle this myself. This
Oh
will
no,
be-
I'm coming with.
Oh God, I really don't know if that's a great idea.
Well, I think that you gave up that whole thing once you sent him photos of me, so I'm about to handle this my way.
You're gonna be so upset. Okay.
Giselle and Raina, are you going to stay behind, or are you also going to go out and see what the commotion's about?
I want to stay behind. I think there's still more information here.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with Giselle this time. I think Carmina's got this handled. I'm gonna do some more research with Giselle.
Okay.
If I hear screaming, we'll deal with it.
I mean, I want you to know I tried to resolve this by making him upset.
And as the two of you, Carmina and Louvier, round the corner to face the entrance of La Palabra, you see Peter walking with determination towards you, and he raises his hand in an accusatory manner, just as from the crack in the plaster, an emaciated hand punches through and grips him by the neck. The wall begins to crumble as this husk of a human body lunges onto Peter's person.
Oh.
Peter falls to the ground, wrapped in this desiccated body, and lets out a small squeal
Well,
as the
there's
blood
the
is
screaming.
drained from his body. And that's where we're going to end tonight.
Look, it solved itself. Never mind. I don't have to tell her what I texted him. It's fine. It's easy. Look, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I kid you not. I know it was terrible, but there was a huge sense of relief as soon as you started describing that. Legitimately, Gabe was like, "Oh, great! I don't have to deal with this at all."
Let it be known that Gabe wanted me to kill Peter.
I didn't say I wanted you to. I'm just saying
damn you.
I didn't mind if you did. Look, I got my entertainment out of it.
Wow.
He was hey, look, he
Just
wasn't
a
supposed
toy to you.
Yes.
So
he
you're
wasn't supposed to
just
matter.
ready to ghost Peter.
Yes,
you're just ready to.
He wasn't
We all
supposed
knew
to
what
matter.
this was.
Guys, he's going to come back and be the Prince of Miami, and y'all are going to feel like shit. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Thank you all so much for tuning in this week. My heart started pounding at the end there. I've been waiting for this moment.
Peter's death?
Wow. No. Let's go around the table and see what people are up to. Let's start with my beautiful Raina. Cynthia, what you up to?
That's me.
Yeah.
Jeepers. I am up to work. I work a lot, y'all. So sadly, I'm not in as many games as these wonderful people. So when they tell you what to follow, you should follow them because they're awesome to watch, and I totally watch them while I get home from work. I am going to be playing in a game this weekend on Saturday on Gehenna Games. I'm also going to be playing a Vampire Tremere. But it's actually a character that's really close to my heart because it is a Vikings game where I am not playing a Viking. I'm actually playing one of my ancestors, a Taino Indian native. So come check us out, Gehenna Games. It's Saturday, I think 8 p.m. my time, 7. I don't, just check on the Tweetagrams and find out more information on when that is. But it's a really cool game. It's our 4th installment of doing it. We do it like every other month or 3 months or something like that. and we rotate storytellers, so it's pretty nifty. But yeah, Twitter, Syndancer, Instagram, Cynthia__Marie. You can find all of my crazy cool pictures. LA by Night, woo! Season 5, woo!
Yeah.
We if you keep up on any of our stuff, we've posted some teaser photos. There'll be more teaser photos that come out, but we have officially recorded it. They are pre-recorded. People ask us, hey, are these live or not? No, they are pre-recorded, so we'll hopefully be in chat with you guys during that happens. Holy hot.
Yep.
It's
true.
I'm known to cry at like the drop of a dime. Y'all, I had to keep telling my makeup artist to please put waterproof makeup on me. Please. So I warn everybody, bring a tissue box for every episode that you watch of season 5 LA by Night, because it's that kind of season. Okay.
It's
all
a
right.
lot.
It is. It's a lot. I just warning y'all, tissue boxes. # tissue box. Okay. Like, do the thing. Anyways, I love y'all. I'm going to stop talking right now because everybody has wonderful projects to talk about. Peace.
Nora.
Hi, everyone. I'm Nora Ibrahim. You could find me everywhere at Norological. You can find me Monday nights, Realmsmith streaming Into the Mist, our Curse of Strahd campaign. You could find me Thursday nights on D&D's Twitch and YouTube for Black Dice Society. You could find me Saturday nights on Pixel Circus, where I play Princess Jasmine in a all princess D&D campaign. And I'm doing lots of stuff that is not yet released. I've got big announcements coming up, but I can't talk about them yet. So please follow me on stuff so you could get firsthand on when all of that's happening. But in the meantime, yes, LA by Night is starting in September, and I will be at Gen Con. So for doing lots of stuff that I will also announce very shortly.
Sweet. Gabe.
Hi, you can find me at Gabe James Games across the internet. You can find me on Tuesdays on That Bronze Girls channel, playing through a D&D campaign of Shakar. This Sunday, you'll be able to find me and Jen over on the WizKids working on a live painting stream. That'll be a lot of fun. It's going to be at 12:30 Pacific time, 3:30 Eastern time. Gabe is terrible at painting.
1 p.m. Pacific.
Is it 1 p.m. Pacific?
Yeah, 12:30 is for us.
That makes sense. You're smart. See, I don't
You're
know what I
welcome
do
to come
without
hang
Jen.
out early, but
I don't know how to do that. Jen, I'm terrible at painting, so I'm happy to have this guidance because it's gonna be great. I'm excited. Please come watch me fail and cheer me on to make me feel better about my painting skills.
And last but definitely not least, Miss Jen Kretschmer.
hello, I am Jen Kretschmer. You can find me on Twitter as @DreamWisp. You can find me streaming on Twitch as DreamWispJen. I am one of the authors on Candlekeep Mysteries. I am the creator of the Accessibility and Gaming Resource Guide, and also now the Disabled Professionals in Tabletop Directory, which has almost 200 different people that have signed up on it. Please feel free to join it if you fit that description. It's in my pinned tweet. Both of those documents are. Sunday I'm with Gabe for WizKids, 1 p.m. on the WizKids channel with Gabe and V. On Monday, I am doing an anniversary game for D&D Beyond to benefit Jasper's Game Week. I'm playing with Adam Bradford, Joe Starr, Melly Doucette, Michael Galvis, B. Dave Walters, and Amy Dallin as our DM. That will be at 2 p.m. on Monday on D&D Beyond's channel. I'm currently judging the DM challenge for D&D, which is amazing. Our next round starts tomorrow. You get to find out who made the cut this week. And what the new design is for next week. Tuesdays, I am on Demiplane playing Heroes of the Plains, where I play a very different character to Giselle. And I think that's it. But this is so much fun. I love this game. Thank you all for being amazing. But don't you dare hurt Peter.
I was
He will incur the eternal wrath.
No promises.
I was going to kill him.
Literally, Justice told me before, while I was doing my prep today, he was like, this might be the episode that loses you half your viewership. This might be the one. I was like, you know what? I honestly couldn't blame anybody. Peter's a pure soul, and you all ruined him.
Yeah, no, it's a crime of passion. Louvier is secretly jealous that Peter has showed up in Carmina's life so much. Now he has to kill him.
I've been your storyteller this evening. My name's Diana D'Amico. We're just gonna gloss over the kind of serial killer murdery thing that Gabe just said. You can find me on Twitter at D'Amico Diana. I don't have a lot of games going on right now. We're kind of taking a little bit of a hiatus on Bard and Barbarian so that I can plan a wedding that, you know, I could go to and get married at. Forgot that I had to do any of that. So, but yeah, join us next week for the penultimate episode of this season, at least, of the Nightlife. I'm so excited to see what happens here. Thank you guys so much. Hop over on Reddit where we share all the goodies, the behind the scenes stuff for this show. And thank you so much, Katie and Renegade Games, for letting us put this on. And we'll see everybody next Wednesday.